The internet lends itself to disingenuous activity. From catfishing to trolling, people have the unique ability to hide behind avatars and post information anonymously. Usually this just results in juvenile arguments and trivial pursuits, but every so often something truly unexplainable happens. From missing people to unsettling videos, we're counting down the internet's biggest mysteries. Back in 2015, a video was posted on GadgetZZ.com. The clip is less than 2 minutes long, but it manages to be more unsettling than almost anything on the internet. It's creepy at first glance. The video features jump cuts of a hooded and masked figure standing in an abandoned building and raising its fingers in an ominous and cryptic way. The individual is wearing a plague doctor mask. Doctors used to wear these beaked masks in the 17th century in Europe to avoid contamination from the plague. But once the video made its way to Reddit, people started to find even more hidden messages that augmented the mystery of the video. The clip, which was mailed to GadgetZZ from Poland, had a long, convoluted title in binary. When translated, the title reads Muerte, or death in Spanish. The location of the video was Zofówka, a defunct psychiatric hospital in Otwock, Poland. Zofówka has a dark history. It was devoted to caring for Jewish psychiatric patients, and during the Nazi occupation of Poland, it was the scene of some horrific tragedies. And then, when viewers started to pause the video one frame at a time, they encountered a series of chilling messages. One included the coordinates of the White House. Others included the phrases "strike an arrow through the heart of the eagle" and "red lips life 10th," which appears to be an anagram for "kill the president." Then it was revealed that other copies of the video had been found around the world. Many months of debate raged on Reddit before several individuals stepped forward to claim credit for the piece of media. Most notably, one named Parker Warner Wright came forward to convince the world that he was the video's creator. The American national was living in Poland and released a second video to corroborate his claims. However, many people were unconvinced by his efforts, and the video remains a mystery to this day. Cicada 3301 first appeared in January 2012 with a picture posted on 4chan. In white text on a black background, the posted message read, "Hello, we are looking for highly intelligent individuals. To find them, we have devised a test. There is a message hidden in this image. Find it and it will lead you on the road to finding us. We look forward to meeting the few that will make it all the way through. Good luck." It was signed 3301. That message led to a series of puzzles, each harder than the last. The first few were just about solvable by a canny individual working alone, requiring little more than mild coding ability and wordplay to get past. But as participants fell deeper into the rabbit hole, the references became less obvious. One clue involved a poem from a collection of medieval Welsh manuscripts. Another, a quote from a William Gibson book, which was only released on 3.5-inch floppy disks. These increasingly obtuse references were the subject of much commotion, and chat rooms were filled with erudite users sharing their knowledge. But the message's true purpose remained a secret. The final puzzle directed players to an address for a website on Tor, the anonymous browser now best known for its use by the Silk Road black market. But only the fastest movers ever got to see what was on the page. It was shortly blocked and replaced with the statement, "We want the best, not the followers." This mysterious phenomenon has happened every year on the exact same day in 2012, 2013, 2014, and 2017. Throughout the quest, solvers speculated on who was behind the Cicada 3301 cryptograms. Some imagined it was the NSA or the British spy agency MI6. Others said it was Google or Microsoft. Still others thought it might be a hacker collective or some group with nefarious aims. No one knows with any certainty what the goals of the organization are, but everyone agrees that they are recruiting for a high-level intellectual pursuit. It all started back in 2011, when a Reddit account began posting an indecipherable sequence of numbers and letters to a new subreddit, r/A858DE45F56D9BC9, or r/A858 for short. A858 challenged other Reddit users to decode these seemingly impenetrable lines of text, and unsurprisingly, the community responded with gusto. After sitting in obscurity for almost a year, users began to tackle the puzzles through means of amateur cryptography. The results were bizarre and seemingly random to most users. Results included a picture of Stonehenge, simple thank you messages to Redditors, and references to internet privacy. People were making progress. Still, after 4 years, most of the posts remained encrypted, defying all attempts from all who tried. Then, a woman from the UK was finally able to decipher one encoded message, but as quickly as she had done so, she disappeared from Reddit and deleted all previous correspondence. Then someone found an encryption key and proceeded to decode many of the previous messages, but these messages were equally cryptic. In either case, it was unclear what A858 intended to communicate. Then more personal messages came from the moderators. They claimed that they were a team of coders, creating the content for their employer, but refused to specify who they worked for. And then, in a frustrating gesture that maddened the users who had spent countless hours tracking down information on the unsettling Reddit thread, the moderators released a simple message: "The A858 project has concluded. You may unsubscribe." The account was summarily deleted, sending the internet into a panic. Though fans held out hope that it would re-emerge, A858 has been down for more than 3 years and shows no signs of returning anytime soon. In November of 2014, Kenny Veach, a 47-year-old experienced hiker, ventured off into the Nevada desert in search of a strange cave he had spotted during a previous hike near Nellis Air Force Base. 1 month earlier, he had discovered a very strange cave in the Mojave Desert. He said the cave evoked a strange, possibly supernatural occurrence within him, and he wanted to explore it. Kenny wanted to show the world the unusual cave he had discovered, but he did not return home from his trip, and he was never seen again. Before his disappearance, Kenny commented on a YouTube video claiming to have found a cave around Nellis Air Force Base in southern Nevada. Kenny was a brave explorer, and he entered every cave he came across, but this particular cave frightened him. All of this was documented in a series of YouTube videos that quickly garnered more than 1 million views. The internet was abuzz, and Veach decided to revisit the cave. Kenny left and returned days later with proper gear and a gun for safety. That was the last time anyone saw him alive. Despite the search efforts provided by friends, family, and the Nevada Red Rock search and rescue teams, there are no signs that Kenny Veach is alive. Combing through the area where he was last reported being, rescuers managed to find his cell phone, but nothing else. No other signs of Kenny have since been found. Of course, there are no definite ideas as to what happened to Kenny Veach, but most people suspect that it has something to do with the vicinity to the Nellis Air Force Base. Conspiracy theories abound, but unless some new information arises, this is likely to remain a mystery for many years to come. This is one of the oldest mysteries in the history of the internet. In the 1990s, a pre-internet called Usenet developed a bit of a spam problem. Hundreds of messages titled Markovian parallax denigrate were posted over the course of 1 day. But decades later, something more interesting was discovered about them. Each post was titled Markovian parallax denigrate, and then succeeded by a series of random but uncannily coherent gibberish. To many people, this implied a human influence and discounted the use of an early AI. All of the participants on Usenet attempted to find the answers to this series of messages, but they unanimously failed. Markovian parallax denigrate remained silent for many years, until it rekindled a new interest in a younger audience. At Google's public Usenet archives, only one message remains with a subject line that reads Markovian parallax denigrate, and the name on the sender's email address was curiously familiar to anyone who happened to be a national security wonk. Susan Lindauer, a former journalist who was arrested in 2004 after allegedly serving as an agent of Saddam Hussein's government. She has since become a purveyor of sundry conspiracy theories, from a Lockerbie bombing cover-up to 9/11 trutherism. Soon after the connection was made to Lindauer, she denied involvement, and the Wikipedia was taken down. This Alaska native was from a powerful media family who owned a number of local newspapers. Lindauer used her journalist credits to earn positions of power in the government. She was incredibly successful in Washington, D.C., but also had a reputation as an eccentric individual. She even reportedly asked shamans to cast spells on rival newspapers. Lindauer allegedly announced a series of national disasters before they happened, and even tried to warn people about 9/11 months before it occurred. But then she was arrested under the newly minted Patriot Act. She claims that she was arrested in order to silence her, because she knew the reality of who committed the atrocities on the Twin Towers. In the end, we will never know her connection to the Markovian parallax denigrate, but many people think that these messages were code, revealing state secrets of the United States. The true identity of Bitcoin creator Satoshi Nakamoto is something that has boggled the minds of many a crypto enthusiast since 2008. Despite having been unmasked by the NSA, there are very few people outside the Department of Homeland Security who know Satoshi's real name. Satoshi Nakamoto is the code name for the world's most mysterious billionaire. People estimate that based on his stock in his most famous invention, Bitcoin, the recluse is worth at least $7 billion. People were skeptical about Bitcoin when it was released in 2009. It is a decentralized digital currency without a central bank or single administrator that can be sent from user to user on the peer-to-peer Bitcoin network without the need for intermediaries. But by the time Bitcoin peaked at almost $20,000 for a single coin in 2017, it was obvious that this was not just a passing fad. Many people have been named as the potential creator of Bitcoin. Some think it was Elon Musk. Others believe that it was a Chinese secret agent or an army veteran named David Clayman. To this day, it is unclear who the creator is, but allegedly the NSA has discovered his true identity through a process called stylometry, in which they matched the writing of Satoshi with a series of suspects. They matched the text with other texts they had gathered through mass surveillance and proceeded to contact the suspect. Of course, they never made his identity public, and the wealthy technocrat is still shrouded in mystery. WebDriver Torso is a YouTube account that has posted a video every 20 seconds since 2013. They have more than 624,746 videos in total, and almost all of them have an identical red, white, and blue rectangular pattern. After an article in Wired magazine brought attention to the bizarre page, the greatest minds on the internet began to speculate as to the true origin of the page. Many assumed that the messages were encrypted and intended for some sort of espionage, but no discernible patterns were recognized. Then came two videos that served as exceptions to the red, white, and blue imagery. One included a clip from a vacation to Paris, and the other was a clip from the cartoon Aqua Teen Hunger Force. After much investigation, it was revealed that WebDriver Torso is a page run by YouTube itself in order to monitor video quality. In this case, the mystery was solved.